This is the VOA Special English Development Report. International Women's Day is celebrated every year on March 8th. Groups around the world use the day to honor the achievements of women. They also use the day to call attention to some of the major social, political, and economic crises affecting women and girls. Forced marriage, sexual abuse, poverty, and lack of education are among the leading issues. The United Nations says 1 in 5 women worldwide will be the victim of a sexual assault in their lifetime. The agency says rape and domestic violence are a major cause of death and disability among women ages 15 to 44. And it says more than 130 million women around the world have had their external sexual organs damaged or disfigured. This practice is known as female genital mutilation. Poverty, food insecurity, and access to education are also major issues affecting women. The United Nations says the majority of the world's 1.3 billion poor are women, and that women and girls in many countries lack access to education. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon says until women and girls are freed from poverty and injustice, the world's goals for peace, security, and sustainable development are at risk. National Women's Day was first celebrated in the United States on February 28, 1909. It became an international celebration in 1911. A year earlier, a women's rights leader suggested the idea at an international conference of working women in Copenhagen. Clara Zetkin said women around the world should set aside one day every year to protest oppression and inequality for women. More than 1 million women and men attended events in Austria, Denmark, Germany, and Switzerland during the first International Women's Day in 1911. The date for the observation was changed to March 8th in 1914 in honor of the first organized protest for women's rights. It was on this date in 1908 that 15,000 women marched in New York City to demand better pay, shorter hours, and voting rights. Several countries now celebrate International Women's Day as a public holiday. They include China, Russia, Bulgaria, and Vietnam. And that's the VOA Special English Development Report. Transcripts, MP3s, and podcasts of our reports are at voaspecialenglish.com. And you can find us on Twitter and YouTube at VOA Learning English.